Scene of the great panorama here in Las Vegas, Nevada. The ring shortly to house the measures Holmes and Cooney. But with me now, Trevor Berbick. Trevor, first, congratulations on a very well-planned and executed fight. And B, a major step for you toward a potential title shot again. How do you view it?
Yes, I think it is a good stepping stone to get in the #1 position, because you see, I think that I have been overlooked and bypassed so many times. First, I was the underdog to fighting John Tate in Montreal. I beat him and knocked him out. He was ranked #1 in both divisions then. They turned around and put me #5. Why when I defeated the #1 contender? Then I go ahead and I have 6 more wins. I fought Larry Holmes, won 15 rounds. They dropped me 1-6. I had 5 more knockouts. They turned around and still put me in #4. When all these guys are being pushed out.
All right, so what you want is the winner of tonight's main event.
Well, the way it is in boxing, even though you're #1 sometime, it may not, so you may have to wait. But at least I know once I'm #1, I will have a compulsory monetary defense, and they will have to fight me within 6 months or so. So all I have to do then is to keep busy and have some good fights and wait. If that is the case, I will wait. But I would rather take on the winner of this fight if they will oblige me, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Congratulations to you. Good to have you, and you are an excellent defensive fighter, and you know how to work an opponent to the belly.
I'm trying. I'm learning.
Okay. Take care. Come on over here, Greg. Well, first, Greg, I know that tonight was a terrible disappointment for you. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you say to your handlers, I've been sick for 3 days? That's what was wrong with you?
I dropped down from my training. I dropped from 235, 228, and I came down to 221. You know, that's nothing. Like, all great fighters don't have any excuse. Tonight was his night. He did exceptionally well, and I tried too hard. You know, I wanted to outdo Holmes and Cooney so bad, and things are moving too fast for me. And I see now that I'm gonna have to wait and take my time. Because a whole lot of things, like tonight when I was fighting Berbick, there's no way in the world I should have missed like that.
Well, it seemed to me your timing was bad. Your distance was bad. The power was spent in the blow by the time the blow arrived.
Well, it was like this. I had my mind on hitting him, stopping him, doing exceptionally well. So then I can outdo Holmes and Cooney. So then everybody can say he is ready for a championship fight. But I feel like this. I fought a fight. You know, all the mistakes I made. You know, I know what I made. Like lay on the ropes. That's where I lost the fight. Lay on the ropes, letting him drill in with the body shots. The other shots he wasn't scoring because my jab was out.
The body shots were
those were the shots that were scoring.
Right. I'm going to have to break in on you, Greg, because we're about to have Miss Lola Falana sing our national anthem. No I know your disappointment.
Well, it's like this. I'm not disappointed. The only thing it is, I'm gonna go back to the gym and work exceptionally harder, and then the next time it'll be a better show. Next time I will really outdo Trevor Berbick.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? At this time, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce the internationally famous entertainer and singer, Ms. Lola Falana, who will now render our national anthem. I would call your attention to the world's largest flag now hanging at Caesar's Palace.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Miss Lola Falana, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce
The
at this
national
time
anthem
the
as rendered
of this boxing
by Lola
extravaganza,
Falana.
Mr. Don King and Mr. Sam Glass.
Now you can feel this crowd getting there. Now you can sense what they know hovering over me at this very moment. The tension etched in his very visage. The man who has grown into a superstar, Mr. Rich Little. Now let's move to Larry Holmes in his dressing room. Larry in the dressing room. Cooney still in his dressing room. Larry getting ready to come out. And Larry blowing a kiss to all of you who are watching. But inside you gotta know that he has a normal human being's normal doubts. And maybe even fears. And the same, of course, is totally true of Gerry Cooney. The crowd is here now. I don't see an empty seat in the house. And I tell you, if this fight carries with it in execution the fascinating conjecture that has gone into it in the preparation, then we'll have an evening of boxing. Already we have had 2 bouts. Wilfredo Gomez successfully retaining his super bantamweight crown. And as you just saw, Trevor Berbick decisioning young Greg Page. The promoter Don King has to be disappointed about the Page outcome. Gerry Cooney is apparently heading out of his dressing room, but he has not come in within the arena proper as yet. Just above us, television cameraman within the ring. This is music to Gerry Cooney, Rocky Sleep. Gerry talks often about Rocky II, about how Rocky's wife woke up of those words were, we won. And he said, he walks down the aisle to the ring, that's what he's going to be thinking. Here's a huge kid. Borders on being 6'7". That's 1 3/4 inches taller than Primo Donera. You remember when he was regarded as the behemoth because of his size? For the first time in his life, Larry Holmes will have to punch upward. Kenny Norton thinks it may be a problem. That remains to be seen. As you look at Gerry Cooney coming down, remember he is a fighter who fights just one way. He comes at you. He relies solely and completely upon the devastating power of his left hook. His trainer Victor Valley says that a right has been developed to go with it, but that right has yet to be shown. A left hook, it can crush you wherever it hits you. But perhaps his most pulverizing blow is the left hook to the liver area. It completely debilitates a man who receives it. Now to the music. All right. Challenger approaches the ring. Crowd stands, and Gerry takes the time to laugh and cheer with. When the March 15th date was put off because of his shoulder, some conjectured that it was fear on Cooney's part. In fairness to Gerry, I have never seen any opponent, not even any fighter, not even Ali, more composed. So Gerry Cooney is in the ring. Cooney in the ring, over in his corner, directly across the ring from us. Gordon Jones and Dennis Rappaport, the co-managers, and Victor Valley, the trainer, all over there around him. Larry Holmes is just now leaving the dressing. On Larry Holmes's emergence from his dressing room and to the area within the arena proper, there will be Larry Holmes music. Here comes the music for Larry Holmes. Recognize the pop tune? Ain't no stopping us now. Here's the championship belt being carried aloft. The Holmes entourage comes down the aisle. Larry Holmes is actually trotting down the aisle. I will stop him in 7. If he's foolish, he'll go in 4. That's Holmes's prediction. Gerry Cooney, no prediction, only I'll win.
There's been so many things that held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around.
The first 3 rounds will be the test, it seems to me, for Holmes. Will he box? Will he box? Or will he fall prey to Cooney's type of fight? And there he is, Larry Holmes, in the ring, looking at the opponent. Gerry Cooney looking equally back at Larry Holmes. Usually, fighters express dislikes for each other, are part of the promotional hype routine. I do not believe for a minute that has been true in this case. Each of these men, however wrongly, or by their precepts, however rightfully, dislikes the other, and with a vengeance.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials.
And here is Chuck Hull
by the
for the
Nevada State Athletic
introduction.
Commission. For the next contest, the judges are Dwayne Ford, Dave Moretti, and Jerry Roth. The timekeeper is Charlie Roth. Counting at the knockdowns, Jane Broadfoot. The attending physicians at ringside, Dr. Donald Romeo and Dr. Flip Omansky. And the referee is Mills Lane. This is the main event of the evening. 15 rounds of boxing for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing, in the red corner, fighting from Easton, Pennsylvania, weighing 212 1/2 pounds, the undefeated WBC Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Easton Assassin, Larry Holmes. In the blue corner, fighting out of Huntington, New York, weighing 225 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career, He is ranked #1 by both the WBA and the WBC. Introducing, gentlemen, Gerry Cooney. 15 rounds of boxing.
So the fighters have been introduced. Cooney, a huge favorite out here. It must be noted, in perfect frankness, that some ugliness has surrounded the anger between the two men, and both men are right. The ugliness relates to bringing in the issue of racism and the great white hope. As Cooney said, we're Americans. Note, Cooney will not now look at him. He will look down.
Check yourself at all times. Understand that. Shake hands now. Let's get it on.
Holmes, it's going to be a good fight. Cooney did not look at him. Note, Mills Lane, so tiny between them. Mills Lane, a good, competent, experienced referee. But how can a man that size contain the two huge men who are the fighters? How can he use the physical control that may be necessary? The bout begins. Holmes quickly seeking movement, flicking the left in. I'm a boxer, he says, and that's what I'm going to do. Cooney, much better defensive fighter than given credit for. Again, the left sneaks in. But always the need to be careful. Left to the midsection. Thunderous power in Cooney. You have to respect it. We're just coming up to the minute mark in the first round. 1 minute of action. Holmes, a moving target. Cooney has not faced any. Not Young. Not Lyle, not Kenny Norton. Minute and a half gone in the round. Cooney stalking. Nothing graceful about Gerry. Never had to be. Holmes, total concentration in his eyes. Totally intent. Cooney with a slightly low blow, unintentional. And Holmes spun him around. Cooney with his first pair of jabs. You see that right of Cooney's? It landed on Holmes's arm. He can deaden a fighter's arm. In the manner of Rocky Marciano, the late Rocky. Roland Lastaza couldn't lift his arms. They were black and blue from Marciano's blows. Counting down toward the end of round 1. Again, that blow. A touch low. Holmes answering back with the left. Approach the end of the round. You can hear this crowd in the background. Now it's all bursting forth. You can see they look at the huge Cooney, unafraid, coming toward the experienced, solidly professional champion. Let's listen to Cooney's call.
Nice and cool. Get that defense. This guy is shit. I'm gonna tell you. Give me a little sip of water. Cool. Relax.
Little sip, Gerry.
All right.
Nice and cool.
Relax. do a fucking business here.
All right.
It's a
Relax,
shit.
Gerry.
When he goes wild, don't go wild with him. Just take your goddamn time. Blood. This is shit.
All right.
Nice and cool. Just think what you're doing.
Victor Valley, the trainer, himself, very excited. Some profanity, which you heard. But the basic lesson to Cooney, keep cool. Just keep cool. And then he demeaned Holmes' prowess as an opponent. Victor Valley. The first 3 rounds should be telltale for Holmes, because that's when his boxing skills should be able to take over. I am just told that this is the hottest day of the year in Las Vegas. Now, right now at ringside, we are at 92 degrees, but with the lights up, it has to be over 100 in that ring. Thus, the importance of stamina if this fight goes on. Minute 40 left in round 2. Cooney's left shoulder, which caused the postponement, subjected to a series of stress tests 2 days ago, held up perfectly. Stalking, Holmes dancing, lots of movement. A good blow by Holmes, a good right. And it's called a knockdown. It is called a knockdown. Holmes scored with the right, and Cooney went down. The first knockdown of the fight. But the knockdown by Holmes, not by Gerry Cooney. The right caught him. Caught Cooney. Put him off balance, and down he went, stunned. Let's look at that knockdown in replay. Now watch here. The left started. Cooney opened for that right. He had blocked the left, brought it down, left himself open for the right. You could see he was stunned. He struggled to regain his balance, but he went down. All right, another angle. The right getting in cleanly. The left he had held, the right went down, Cooney's right went down. He dropped it after Holmes had his left blocked by that right. Still another replay. But notice, Cooney's left was not positioned properly for defense because the left was at the side of his face, not in front of it. And Holmes could get right through to it. The bell for round 3. This crowd is still stunned itself by the suddenness with which Cooney went down. What Holmes has to be wary about is the same thing that Sugar Ray Leonard had to be wary about against Tommy Hearns. Sugar Ray sitting right down the aisle from me. And that is, be careful. Don't leave yourself open because you've got it. Leonard might have knocked Hearns out in the 6th round, but he wouldn't chance. Hearns is right. Cooney was angered by being knocked down. He continues to stalk Holmes. Holmes continues to move, to use the whole ring. Floyd Patterson had an excellent analysis of this fight. He said, this fight depends on whether or not Cooney works the ring, or rather Holmes, how Holmes fights the fight. Cooney trying to pull his way in there, to land, to devastate Holmes with that enormous power. Remember, the best place for the left hook for Cooney is really the liver area, although it's pulverizing anyway. As Holmes continues to get that left jab in there, it does thwart and frustrate Cooney a little bit. Accumulatively, it will slow Cooney down if Holmes can continue successfully to execute. Less than a minute left of the 3rd round. I don't know how this fight's going to turn out, obviously, but I have never seen Holmes so purposeful. Never. With a couple of lefts. An exchange of words for the first time in that round. Holmes still the boxer. Let's listen to Holmes' corner.
Hit him in little comeback. He's starting to back up that round. Just in there. He's moving side to side. Don't move straight back.
A lot of wisdom in that corner. The octogenarian, Ray Arcel, who had so much to do with the greatness of Roberto Duran when Duran was great. And of course, 65-year-old or 67-year-old Eddie Futch, the man who cared about his fighter, who wouldn't let Joe Frazier come out for the 15th round when Joe was all but blinded. The bell now, round 4. This is Holmes against Cooney. Holmes, boxing, fighting his fight thus far. One knockdown by Holmes in the 2nd round. A right did it, and Holmes is using his right effectively. There is anger in Cooney. There is fire in him, too. And there is always the threat of that power. That's the left side, the liver area. Another left gut in there. Remember, this fight is scored by 3 judges. No voice in the scoring by the referee. It's a 10-point must system of scoring per round. 3 knockdown rule is in. Is waived now. This is championship fight. Correction. Mandatory 8 count. Holmes continuing to use the jab. Holmes doubling with the left there. A hook. Not the jab. Cooney this round is beginning to connect with some of those blows to the body. Got into the belt. A good right by Cooney. A much better round for Cooney. A much better round. Another good right by Cooney. Cooney's coming on in this round. Cooney the aggressor. And if Holmes didn't know he was in a fight, he knows it now. Alive. All right, you saw a turnabout in that round. Cooney came alive. Gerry Cooney won that round. He started to score. He started possibly to weaken Larry with his attack to the midsection. And then by the time the round ended, he was able to move up to the head, which is what Victor Valley is telling him now. Listen.
Short with the punches. Be awake all the time. If you jab once, you got to jab twice. Okay. Okay, Gerry. Ready. Here you go. Good. You want to keep your cool, Gerry. George, keep your hands up all the time. Close to your body. Yeah, all right. Close with your body. Double jab. Double jab.
Double jab. Double jab. And go to that body. You can see the confidence grow in Cooney in that fourth round. Possessed of such huge physical strength. Not the skills and experience of Holmes. There are many who had the theory that the longer this fight went, the better it would be for Holmes. We'll find out about Cooney and the question of stamina. And we'll also find out if Holmes goes down, can he get up against a finisher like Cooney? And can he keep moving for 15 rounds as he verges on 33? These are the intangibles going into this fight that made it loom as fascinating. This is the fifth round. Gerry Cooney beginning in the fourth round. Began to make his fight. Holmes has not been able to make Cooney go backwards, even though he did floor him in the second round. Minute 40 into round 5. Quick right by Holmes. Cooney was open for it. Holmes has used his right very well tonight. Uses his left to try. Again the right to Cooney. And Cooney made a remark to Holmes. I don't know exactly what it was, but he certainly is talking to Holmes now, and not in a friendly way. Seconds left, round 5. One knockdown in the fight. Second round. Holmes knocked Cooney down. Did it with a right. Double up, Valley told him, with the left jab, and that's what Cooney's doing. Now let's look in slow motion at that Larry Holmes right. There it was, and it connected cleanly, sharply, and it stung Gerry Cooney. That's the blow that's been working so effectively for Holmes thus far. We have been through 5 rounds.
Don't let this guy take your title away from you. Get a chin! Get a chin! Get a chin, Big Jack! Get him and don't come back! Get a chin! Get the boss out there, Jack! This is young, so turn the TV off! Get the boss, Jack! Get the boss!
All right, you heard Holmes' corner. Ray Arcel. Don't let this guy take the title away from you. Sixth round action. Holmes with the flicking left jab, the lead, setting up the right. Again, the left gets in there. Gerry trying to use the left. That time picked off. That time too. The right. Right connected. Holmes laughing. But it's a false laugh, as it is with Cooney. Fear of failure haunts a fighter before he gets into the ring. All fighters. They'll tell you. Touch gloves. Did the right thing. He'll blame the referee. Cooney's nose, the bridge of it, showing marked redness from the many Holmes lefts. Oohs and ahs with every Cooney blow because they knew, they sensed the enormous power in his body. That right to the Holmes midriff was Cooney's best blow of the night. That right that he just threw was a beauty. All right. Victor Valley said to me, Gerry's right will be the dominating blow of the fight. He will astound Holmes with his right. Angie Dundee used to call Gerry a one-arm bandit, saying he can only fight with the left. Cooney getting it now from Holmes. For a moment looked like Gerry might go down. Holmes is really laying it all over. Cooney is not in good shape. Suddenly a Holmes attack. And Cooney fought out of it with a left as the round ended. Let's look at the Cooney right. That's the right. But Holmes fought back. You see the bridge of Cooney's nose? Holmes fought back with this flurry, and Cooney was hurt and appeared momentarily ready to go down, but he didn't. He lost control of himself, actually physically. And Holmes moved him all over the ring. Look at it again. when Cooney's inexperience shows, and the fact that he is not a good boxer. So that's the way it was in the 6th round. Cooney also has a cut. The left eye, bridge of the nose is red as a beet. The left eye is cut. Holmes, after getting hit by Cooney's best blow, look at the cut, and it's still flowing blood. It's in the very corner of the left eye. It is an ugly gash. Holmes fought back from Cooney's right and really leveled Cooney with a bevy of blows. Cooney appeared ready to go down. He has gone down once. That was in the 2nd round. Cooney being cautioned by Mills Lane that the blow was low to the stomach. Oh, Holmes is laying a tattoo on Cooney's left eye, which is now swelling. Holmes has to be careful. So lightly regarded an opponent as Ronaldo Snipes. And this, the very round, the 7th, almost put him away with a right. Holmes is moving much more flat-footedly now. He's not using the ring the way he was earlier. Let's see if he can go 15 if he has to. Now, average loss of title for heavyweights. Age, 30 and a half years for most of the heavyweights. Holmes verging on 33. But Holmes fighting beautifully so far. Always there lurks that Cooney power. Holmes said Cooney will go in 7. We have almost gone through the 7th. That's where Mills Lane has problems. At least he's been lucky not to have had real problems. Tonight he doesn't have the size to cope with those 2 huge men. Mills Lane cautioning on a low blow. Of the 7th round, the Holmes prediction did not take place.
Gerry, you got to move in this guy now. You got to take a change. You're standing too straight. You're standing too fucking straight.
It's not fair.
It's not good either. Now you go there. I'm telling you the fucking truth. It's not true. It's not good. So you cannot stay straight. You got to move in and rough this guy. You got to move in. You got to move in this guy and rough this guy. Don't let him jab from outside. He's staying too long. Now, you got to move in on this guy with your hand. Get into a crouch.
Well, you heard Victor Valley. You heard the whole corner. First, telling Cooney he's way behind. Second, telling him he's got to move in. He's got to rough Holmes up. He's got to maul and brawl. Now, if he takes that tactic, let's see how Holmes countermands. The 8th round. The 8th round. The round which Cooney has never gone past. The round which Cooney has never had to go past. Per se, make stories, question his stamina. So somehow. Cooney is still the stalker. But so far, Cooney has not sought to do what Victor Valley begged him to do. Now, as Cooney seeks to come back, left drop, Holmes got in with the right again. Notice that Holmes is not using the ring the way he did earlier. Maybe the heat, maybe a growth in his confidence because of the way he floored Cooney in the second and almost knocked him down in the sixth. But whatever, he is not using the ring. Hey, Holmes was hurt for a second. Out comes Cooney's mouthpiece, but he hurt Holmes. This is the 8th round, and this crowd is getting its money's worth. Cooney could sense that he had hurt him, but there's Holmes with the right. Yeah, he stands toe-to-toe with Cooney. Some of those Cooney blows, he's going to get cautioned on again. All right, Cooney with a right. Holmes fighting back, answering back, which Holmes has been doing. Cooney's mouthpiece out.
I told him one more time he's coming off a point.
All right, let's hear Holmes' corner.
Don't let this bum take your place.
Humorous, Cosell. Don't let this bump take your title from you. Everybody's great fighting in the corner. Ninth round. More movement at the beginning of this round from Holmes. Back to his earlier states. A cut in the corner of Cooney's. Oh, good right by Cooney. Good right. Cooney trying to move in now. That cut was apparently satisfactorily handled by Gerry's corner because the flow of blood is stopped. Cooney trying to attack with a vengeance. Holmes trying to keep him off with the left jab. Well, ninth round. Oh, Cooney's, right now, Cooney's left eye is opened again, and it's a mess. It really is. It's swollen, it's ugly red, it's bloody. Looking for the, that's it. I was just about to say, looking for the opportunity with the right. Knowing that Cooney has been vulnerable to that right. 2. Quick left jabs, doubling the left. Holmes. Bridge of the nose. Open, ugly, sore. Measure of Holmes' left. Registered in Cooney's face. Both the nose and the eye. Look at that left. Sharp. More than... Oh, the right again. And Cooney's knees wavered. This is where experience comes in. Oh, boy. Oh. Scene speaks for itself. Cosell telling Mills Lane he's been doing it all night. Let's look at this blow now. Oh. There can be no question about that. Deduct 2 points. They are going to deduct 2 points from Gerry Cooney on this round. Let's look at it again. Hardly a question. Now let's see how much damage this has done to Larry Holmes. Fine, the 2 points have been deducted from Gerry Cooney, but 21 seconds left in the round. Unfortunate. All right, we go with Larry Holmes. We see if there's an aftermath. The lingering effect of that low blow. There was no question about the blow. You have seen that. Now you see them working over that left eye of Gerry Cooney.
Not bleeding now, you're all right.
Now listen, Gerry, you gotta weave. You gotta weave and come back with a hook to the chin. And you gotta shoot that right hand to the kidneys more. And back with a hook. You gotta rough it.
Now let's go over to Larry.
Larry, don't let this bum take your title.
Ray Arcel is a broken record.
4 years.
Don't let this bump take the title away.
You deserve it. Ain't nobody deserving more than you, champ. You work every day for it. Come on. It's your title, champ. You're the boss. Right away. You're the boss. Take the lead. Back him up. That's your title.
So much for the corners. A desperate Victor Valley. But with the 10th round coming up, there are 5 rounds left. The heat is searing the crowd here. It has just been oppressive. Impossible to measure how these fighters can continue to give their all this way. Cooney trying to clown a little bit. But may not be the time to do it. Victor Valley implored Cooney, you've got to do it now. What Holmes should do is be wary from his point of view, get back to that foot movement, not get overconfident and slug it out toe-to-toe. Because Gerry Cooney has the power to finish Holmes at any time, or anybody. What was it Joe Bugner said? Joe Frazier's left hook, it could hurt you. But Gerry Cooney's left hook goes right through you. no movement in Holmes in this round. If he's got the capacity for movement, he may be making a great mistake. We're a minute 20 seconds into the round. Round 10.
Get up first. Get up first. Get up. Get up. Get up first. Get up first. You just started. You just started. Get up. That's it. You just started. Get up. Move your body. Get low. Get low. Let go. Don't wait.
Good round so far for Cooney. Good comeback round for Gerry Cooney. I see fatigue in Larry Holmes. That's why there's no movement. Larry Holmes is in trouble. He's covering. The one right was hardly an answer. And then another right. Cooney is fighting with a viciousness born of desperation, and he is succeeding. But he remains vulnerable to the Holmes right. This has some of the aspects of Rocky. The courage of Gerry Cooney, I'll tell you that. The left side of Cooney's face has taken a battering from Holmes's right. We're coming to the end of the 10th round. And who said Cooney didn't have stamina? That's the way for Holmes to get hurt. Toe to toe. All right. The end of the round, flurry. There's the Holmes right, the Cooney left, the Cooney right, the Holmes right, the Cooney left. And Holmes knows he's facing a fighter. Crowd loves it.
Now get rough, goddammit, get rough!
Valley still employing with mixed profanity, Cooney to get rough. Get rough.
Come on, you're starting, goddammit. You can't let this place go
Of
by.
course, if things now go Cooney's way, there'll be conjecture on whether or not that terribly low blow affected Cooney's stamina and ability to move. But that's conjecture. I mean, Holmes' stamina. That's conjecture. Still the pursuer, Holmes the pursued. But the key from Cooney's point of view, another low blow. He's taking another point away. It's happened too many times according to Mills Lane. So Cooney already loses a point in this round. Cooney is not doing it intentionally, not in my view. Two quick lefts by Holmes. This is the 11th round. Holmes looking to unload his right, knowing how vulnerable Cooney has been to it. Holmes staying in that corner, a mistake, but he's tired. Holmes is just plain tired. Heat, years, maybe low blow, all coming together. Fighting a kid that his skills have overmatched, but who at any time could put him away.
Get off right, don't wait. Don't wait. Drop him up. Let's get going. Let's get going. You're starting. You're starting. Right there. Right there. Stay low. Stay low. Keep yourself low. Low. Keep coming in. Get off right. Watch it. Keep the hook on. Down the hook.
There's the right.
Get down there. Push
Now it's getting harder. Cooney just apologized. It's getting harder for Cooney to muster up comeback strength because both men have had to be suffering in this heat. Coming to the end of round 11. How many of you would have thought it would go this far? Good left by Cooney. Remember Jack Sharkey? Remember Jack Sharkey? Jack Sharkey he fought Max Schmeling and won the title on a low blow, 4th round disqualification. I mean, he lost the title on a low blow, 4th round disqualification. Schmeling won the title.
Get it out.
And by roughness, you gotta get the right hand go to it. You're standing too much. Move to your right. Keep away from the right hand. Move to your right.
Okay. We're getting ready now for round number 12. Mills Lane telling the Holmes corner to shut up over there. Complaints about the low blows. He said, I'm calling them. Low blows. There once was a disqualification. Max Schmeling won the title. 4th round disqualification of the then champion Jack Sharkey. Low blow. Peyton Phil Scott made a career on alleged low blows. If you want to go back to the young 30s, I have no desire to. Notice the way this round started. Cooney backing up. Throughout the fight, he's been the pursuer. Round 12. However this fight ends, it's going to be hard not to have a rematch. With Sugar Ray Leonard sidelined, maybe forever. This fight couldn't have come along at a better time from the point of view of the, quote, sport, unquote, of boxing. Again, this is the 12th round. Oh, good pair of blows. Good 3 blows to the stomach of Holmes. Cooney in the late seconds trying to muster up another charge. Larry without movement now, flat-footed. The way Cooney would have liked to have seen him in the early going. Larry now trying to bounce, trying to move. It's a dangerous thing Holmes just did. He missed with the right, and his guard was down. So was his head. Coming to the end of round 12. let's hear.
Close your eyes.
All right, Cooney's corner.
You gotta get rough. You're waiting too fucking long on this guy. Get rough and move that body. Yeah, drink. Drink a little bit. Come on, Jeff. Drink.
Well,
You gotta get rough. You only 2 more rounds. Come on, let's get there.
Jerry, this ain't
You're gonna get it out.
Go to work on this guy.
Go in there, this fucking guy. You gotta work. You're waiting too long.
all right, we're getting ready for round 13. And I'll tell you, before the start of the 13th round, that Angelo Dundee told Ray Leonard, "You're blowing it, kid, you're blowing it. You gotta do it now." And Leonard was able to come on and do it. Cooney faces that problem right now.
Get off right there. Get off. Get enough. Wait, don't wait.
Seems to me Holmes is not playing it careful. And Cooney still has that punch somewhere within him. Now these two men have stayed at this in this heat. Really
Get away.
unbelievable.
Get away. Get away. The bottom. Don't be there.
An undefeated champion, an undefeated challenge.
Get down. On the bench. On the bench.
That was the case when George Foreman beat Joe Frazier.
Get up. He's
Sure, the men are tired. Wouldn't you be? A 20 by 20 ring. A heat of probably over 100 degrees. Both men huge, going upon every resource, physical, emotional, spiritual. The Holmes right again. Cooney still vulnerable to it. The left eye, a mess. No other way to put it. Lane properly cautioned Holmes there. He was holding Cooney's gloves with his gloves, and he was right to caution, though he did not take the point away. Now it's getting a little sloppy because both men are tired, and Holmes trying to tee off and doesn't have the strength left, I don't think, tonight. Oh, Jerry's ready to go. There it is. Valley is calling it off. Let the scene speak. In the pandemonium, Larry Holmes, by a technical knockout, has retained his WBC heavyweight championship of the world. A grueling, enduring fight with the challenger as game as they come, without the boxing skills and experience that belong to Holmes, without the ability to negotiate the ring that belonged to Holmes for most of the fight. This is the way it was, and undoubtedly there will be a rematch. Now, let's take a look at the last flurry. At first, I didn't think Holmes had the strength left to finish off Cooney. It was clear that he was peppering him almost at will. Gerry finally could take no more. He need not be ashamed. He's just a kid. Didn't have that many fights, 25. Only fought 6 rounds in the last 2 years. And still put forth a very great, courageous effort. It's Victor Valley who ultimately came out. No more exhortations between rounds to his fighter. No more get rough. This was a knockdown. The count had begun.
Take it easy, man. You and the new baby.
And there is Larry Holmes.
Good job. Good job.
And I'm waiting for Larry Holmes, exhausted, but obviously inwardly exuberant, to come down and talk with me. There is Gerry Cooney. Need apologize to nobody. After all, Gerry remembers Rocky lost the first time to Apollo Creed. Holmes appears emotionally spent. All right, we're trying now, ladies and gentlemen, to get Larry Holmes down here. The scoring up to the point the fight stopped was unanimously in favor of Holmes. 113 to 111 by Dave Ford. 113 to 111, surprisingly close by Dave Moretti. Jerry Roth had it about where I had it. 115 to 109 for Gerry Holmes. Well, it appears that we will have the official decision. Here is
ladies and gentlemen, the time, 2 minutes, 52 seconds at the 13th round. The winner, and still the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Larry Holmes.
There was the official decision, the pandemonium, the melee. Larry Holmes not able to get down here at the moment. Good night, everyone. Larry Holmes, the winner.
Productions and Tiffany Promotions, Sam Glass president in association with Caesar's Palace. Executive producer Don King. Produced by Chet Forty. Directed by Joe Assetti. Technical director John Allen. Associate producer Alex Wallow. Associate directors Norm Samet, Paulette Douglas. Assistants to the producers Earl Woody Fryman and Jay Moses. Production assistants David Allen Burnson. Research Bob Yalen. The preceding program is protected by copyright.